it's a great tune, isn't it? Eddie Holman with Hey There, Lonely Girl. Sunday afternoon. It's approaching about 13 minutes to 4 o'clock. News at 4, of course. And then after 4 o'clock, this week's musical birthdays. We've got some of your requests and dedications, loads of your messages, a whole lot of hearts of gold. And of course, this as well.
Make a difference.
BBC Radio Surrey.
So we are full of hearts and flowers and making a difference. And if this pandemic has taught us anything, it's taught us what's important in life. And of course, that's our love relationships. We're all oiled hands now at this lockdown love thing. So this year is looking to mark this remarkable time with the resilience that love for each other has shown. On hand to help us out, psychotherapist Noel McDermott offers some alternative Valentine's Day ideas. Good afternoon and happy Valentine's, Noel.
And to you, Sylvie. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you so much. A little bit of lockdown love then. So before we get on to the positives of this, what about the difficulties? Because let's face it, it's certainly been some.
Well, there's been some challenges. I would say that you could say the pandemic has been a bit of a truth drug for many love relationships. Those that have gotten through it will get through anything. But it's also meant some have crashed and burned. But interestingly, there's been a huge number of new relationships that have started up during this time. And people have not passed go, as it were, or have gone straight into the relationship. And it seems to be very successful. Seems to have sort of speeded things up developmentally. So people are meeting and then going, right, let's move in together before the next lockdown, and then just getting on with it, which is very interesting. And I think food for thought for the years to come. But it has been a challenge, I think.
You missed out on going out for the odd pizza and cocktail, that's for sure.
We certainly have. And the way we're doing all of that is very much changed. And I think it's also, things have just got a bit more intense and heated in all of our relationships, I think.
It's interesting stuff. I love the way you call it kind of a bit of a truth drug, and yeah, I think you're right. I think if you can get through this, you really can get through anything. So what's your hints and tips then? It's Valentine's Day. Not everybody is with somebody. Many people will be feeling lonely anyway because of lockdown and shielding and all of the rules and regulations that we're still living by. In addition, if they haven't got somebody special in their lives, that's a tough and bitter pill to swallow, I think.
It's a challenge one, but today is the day that they have finished vaccinating the most vulnerable and the oldest people in our communities. And it literally today is the deadline, and they will have done that. And the reason why we're doing that, Sylvie, is out of love and compassion for our older folk, because they're our sort of grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, etc. And we love them, and we want them to survive. So I don't think about that today. I think it's a very, very special Valentine's on that basis. We're not doing this cynically. It's a sort of absolute demonstration of our love commitment to each other, I think.
And let's face it, in that respect, love takes many different forms, doesn't it? And that kind of we've been doing, as you've probably heard now, we've been doing, and we've got more to come of this Hearts of Goals, and where people have just been nominating others for doing something special, for going the extra mile, for making a difference to other people, and that is love in a different form.
Yeah, and I think, the struggle that particularly, say, single people have had, and it has genuinely been a struggle if you're single, and the idea that you can't hug people unless they're part of your bubble, all that sort of stuff. I mean, that's really, really tough for a social animal such as a human being. That's really, really tough. And that sacrifice that people have made is absolutely extraordinary. And today, I think, we need to celebrate that. We really do. Whether you've got a partner or not, the fact that you, as an individual, have worked on making this pandemic come under control at significant personal cost is the higher sort of meaning that we have out of this. And every single person who's been part of that is absolutely extraordinary.
And of course, it's not just your sort of nearest and dearest, is it?
Yeah.
It's in terms of your partner, but also your parents, your children, your
Yeah.
grandchildren, and that whole family love.
In America, Valentine's Day is a family event. They don't do it as love partners. So children are very much part of it. So today, my Valentine is my boy who's 10. We've had a great time. And I've been really focusing on that. And I think this may sound odd, and I don't mean it in any odd way. Even my neighbours are listening, please don't get the wrong impression here. But also, I'm including them in my Valentine's thoughts and feelings today, because I've got to know my neighbours this year in a way that I never knew them before.
Yeah.
And we've all been looking out for each other. It's been extraordinary. We're still there. We're still, do you need anything? Is everything okay? Et cetera, and all of that sort of stuff. We're not in each other's pockets, but I'm telling you, I didn't realise just how cool the people were living around me. And I've got to know it this year. So they're in my thoughts. I think our grandparents, our children, and also our other friends. So I'm advocating, one of the things I'm suggesting, you've probably got my list of suggestions, but one of the things I suggest to do is what we used to do for this day was we'd go out in our couples and we'd have a meal in public, but privately, as it were. So everybody knew what everybody else was doing. I'm saying, why don't you do that again tonight? Phone up a few mates and have a dinner party over Zoom. Why not?
Why not? And, I know it's not to do with Valentine's Day, but my son's girlfriend, who is a teacher and has just graduated, she had her graduation on Zoom on Friday. And,
great.
it still made me well up. And even though it wasn't the graduation she'd hoped for, it was something special and it worked really, really well. I think we might have lost him. Okay, all right. So Noel McDermott on hand there with some ideas for a little bit of lockdown love. And we've got more Hearts of Gold to come your way very shortly as well.